United has just progressed into the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. Join me in this video as we show you Bradford City's insane 5,000 away fans on a Wednesday night at St James's Park. They spent a hard-earned money to be here. They've enjoyed a great atmosphere at St James's Park, and we're going to show you what is, in my opinion, all my years going to Newcastle United, probably the best away end I've seen, certainly since the takeover. That's the best I've seen at St James's Park in the past 4 years, 100%. Fair play to every single one, and we want to showcase them in this video by giving you a bit of a mini vlog of Newcastle United experience. The cup holders, I can't believe I'm saying this, the trophy winners back in the Carabao Cup competition. Don't know who we're playing yet. I'm hoping it's not Liverpool, but whoever it is, Newcastle is now in the cup and we'll be playing someone in the next round. Let's showcase a League One club that's actually brought in quite a brilliant initiative last season to encourage fan engagement with their football club. St James's Park under the lights of you never ever get bored of. And just up here, of course, with the Bradford City fans, which loops around the entire upper tier, level 7 for this particular game. We speak about the opposition fans after the match. Of course, the focus is on the 90 minutes now, hopefully only 90 minutes. I do not want to see a shootout tonight. So 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes there for Newcastle. The Usula goal especially, a real piece of quality, good ball and a good finish from him as well. One thing you want to do is get a nice quiet early in the game. The most blatant handball I've ever seen. Oh, they've got a chance back into the goal. It's a blatant handball. I'm not just being bitter. See that from a mile away.
Next game here is the Newcastle United. We have to return this on Sunday when we host Arsenal at the stadium in the Premier League. Kickoff is at 4:30 p.m.
There we have it, full time at St James's Park. Newcastle United 4, Bradford City 1. By the time I'm currently recording this video, I have no idea who we are playing in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. No, look, it's going to be Liverpool. It's the East Side derby. Everyone wants to see this match. I swear down, if we draw Liverpool today, I am going to be livid behind the scenes. But going back to the game, and we're going to start off with the opposition team, Bradford City, and deep down, for any opposition fan, the media going at this game, it was always the Bradford City story. Could Bradford City pull off an upset? Newcastle, the current cup holders of the Carabao Cup. Could Bradford City come to St James's Park on a Wednesday night with just under 5,000 fans, and could they pull off the ultimate cup upset? And that was always going to be the story of the game, was always going to overshadow what Newcastle did inside the match. And I have to say, Bradford City, the 4,900 of them that were there at the game today, fair bloody play. And I want to see more opposition teams like that. I wish, by the way, Premier League away grounds and away atmospheres are like that every single week. I wish they had an away end like that all the time, because it's a real pleasure just going to a football match where the fans are actually supporting the team. And I feel like now when you got, especially a lot of teams further down south as well, most teams don't even sell out at St James's Park these days, with the exception of Leeds, and you're talking obvious ones like Sunderland and Derby. The atmosphere has come to St James's Park, they're rubbish. These aways are crap. And when you see a team like Bradford City, they are proper supported team, you know, they just got promoted to League One. And I was someone that was looking into Bradford City quite a lot last season on a personal level, because they got a new initiative with their stadium where they ultimately actually decreased the ticket prices. They've done it on purpose. I don't know exactly what the ticket price was. It was like £10 in the door, and children were coming for basically nothing, and they've done that so they could sell out the stadium. They gave their team a real edge to get the fans in, and while at the time it might have been deemed the club losing money because they're reducing the ticket prices and make it cheaper for supporters and families to come along, they've ultimately made more money because they got promoted, so it clearly works on the pitch. And behind the scenes, you got fans that are going to the concourse, eating, drinking inside the stadium, they're buying programs, they're buying merchandise, so it's actually probably helped Bradford City financially, even though they've lost money in the sense that their tickets go for less money. But yeah, Bradford fans are brilliant today. I enjoyed them quite a lot, Hallamate, and looking at their football club. I was pleased that I had a good time today, but that was it in their point of view. It was always going to be just a good time today, especially when you've seen the quality that Newcastle United had on that pitch. Bradford had no chance playing against that team, and that was an Eddie Howe team as well that had your best possible available players on the bench as well. I'm glad to see, before we talk through the team, that Eddie Howe took the competition seriously. We've just won the Carabao Cup. Best moment of my lifetime. My dad's in his 60s now. He's never seen Newcastle win anything, and that was a moment we shared last season, just like all of you watching this video. So to see Eddie Howe and the players treat the competition with respect, have our best players there while rotating around, of course, to help out with the games, I was pleased with that. And Gordon on the left, thank the Lord, Gordon not up front on the left hand side, who had Osula up front, which is what I wanted. Got a brace there, Joe Linton got a brace. 4-1 result in the end, where Newcastle should have scored a lot more goals. We had loads of chances, missed a bunch of chances, but for a team that hasn't scored at all basically this season, we were scoring a lot of goals while looking good doing it, and I was quite pleased with the performance. I felt like, in our point of view, it was about as good as it could have been. Only exception being is that Newcastle could have had a clean sheet and should have had a clean sheet as well. I wasn't pleased with their goal. Thomas Cook, Ben Cook, Rob Cook, whatever his name is, scored after handling the ball. It was a clear and obvious handball, and that's why VAR exists in the Premier League, because that goal would never ever have stood in the Premier League. And it was a cracking finish from him. Bradford fans had their moment and they were going absolutely mental at level 7. I could see from level 4, I'm up 4 flights of stairs, I could see there was a clear handle of the ball, and the fact the referee didn't see that from 15 yards away was just mental. And that gave Bradford a small spark towards the end of the game where they could have went for, but Newcastle got that 4th goal fairly quickly afterwards, and Newcastle scored some good goals today as well. I was pleased with Sula's first goal, real good individual play from him after the ball's been slotted through, great finish. Good to see Joe Linton get a brace as well. First goal was a bit of a sucker punch in a Bradford point of view, because it was a bit scrappy. Blocked from Gordon's shot, then it's felt of Joe Linton, took a nice touch to be fair, slotted it in the corner. And if the first goal was a sucker punch, then the second goal 3 minutes later was a knockout blow. It absolutely killed Bradford City's game plan today. And once Newcastle went 1-0 up, that's all we needed to do today. When it's 0-0 and when you got a team that's got nothing to lose at St James's Park, you know, in a competition like this, Newcastle's always going to be in trouble. Once we went 1-0 up, at that point, second goal came straight away, and it was just game over. Inside 20 minutes, it was game over just like that, especially with the quality Newcastle had. Bradford City weren't coming back from 2 goals down, and they went 3-0 up. They then got one back, which just shouldn't have counted. Newcastle then went 4-1 up. Could have scored way more today, and I was quite pleased with the collective performance, and I was pleased with individual performance as well. It's a real refreshing sight to see Ramsdale in goal. A goalkeeper that doesn't make me crap myself every time he touches the ball. I felt like Ramsdale was solid today. Backline was spot on again. It's been spot on basically all season long, and today was no exception. Chow good, Botman good, Kraft good, and Hall good. I was pleased with the backline. Midfield did its job. Miley, of course, got unfortunate criticism against Bournemouth. He did his own comments on social media from Newcastle fans. Didn't like that at all. But he was good today. Bruno was good. Joe Linton was good. The entire 11 was good. I was happy with the collective performance, and the subs that came on did their part as well. And I was pleased to say no upset. That was the main part for us today. Just getting through the competition. Why I would normally say most games getting through is the most important part. I feel like Newcastle needed a good performance as well, especially how this season's been. A lot of nerves going on the pitch in the Premier League. We haven't scored in any of our away matches. We've scored one game out of the possible 5, and for us, I'm currently on edge. I'm looking at it, and it was a game for us today. We just needed to look good, and we did. So I'm happy with that. Of course, it depends how we play next. It could all be for nothing if it's City away at the Etihad or it's Liverpool at home. I'd be like, oh no. I'm hoping to get a couple of nice games. I'm hoping the tie's nice. I'm hoping Newcastle can progress through the competition. I'm hoping to be back at Wembley this season. I feel like we've got to be that club now. Yes, our squad may not be as big as the likes of City, Liverpool and Arsenal, but Newcastle is just one silverware. Spent a lot of money on players. We're still one of the most expensive squads in English football. Newcastle should be going all fronts now. There's no excuses anymore. It's not like, oh, we're going to prioritise Champions League or Premier League. Newcastle should be looking all over, and that's what we did today. I want to see that. I want to see that in the FA Cup. I want to see that in this cup. I want to see Newcastle competing for every single possible trophy available, and it's not about us going out and winning these trophies, because I'm not deluded, but it's about Newcastle just making sure we give 100% every single time, and I don't want to see games being prioritised during what is admittedly going to be quite a hectic season. Arsenal's a big game on Sunday. Union SG is a huge game next week. That's already, in my opinion, a real crucial Champions League game for potential progression in the knockout phase. Newcastle needs to be winning against Union SG to set up the tempo for those home Champions League matches against the likes of Benfica, PSV and Athletic Club. Arsenal's a tough task. You're asking a lot to beat Arsenal, considering Newcastle have not been great at home for the goal in the Premier League, so that's going to be a real tough ask for Newcastle to do. But we've done it before. We do it quite a lot, and Newcastle's won against Arsenal in 3 of their last 4 attempts at St James's Park. So Newcastle's got a real good record against a proper bogey team, but Arsenal on, but lads, you got to be chance to do that. I'm happy with that today. Real good performance. Great to see good performance, and great to see Joe Linton and Ursula bag himself 2 goals a day. Fair play, Bradford City. Good on you. Hope to see you at some point soon. Safe travels back home. But it was a game where Newcastle were comfortable. It was far too comfortable. I would actually argue in our point of view. It was a real nice display. Newcastle got a bunch of goals and should have got way more. But thank you guys for watching. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one.